What's up everybody, I'm back with another video. This time I will introduce a new UI library into our game, and the reason for that is right now we are just rolling our own with Tailwind, and that's fine, but it's also getting somewhat complicated, so I think it's a good time to kind of introduce something a little bit more formalized while keeping control over our components. So to do that specifically, I want to introduce this ShadUI library, which is a UI library that kind of lets you control everything yourself still, but it has some good components. So I'm just going to the main site, going under installation, and we are using Next.js, and then we will install it and maybe convert just one button to see how it's done and whether it works out. So let's do in the terminal make pnpm and the command from the install instructions. Would you like to use TypeScript? Yes, absolutely. Would I like to use which style? Interesting. So let's see if we go to components, JSON, style, we can see the different styles. So we have default or New York. Just the header. I think we will pick New York. Base color. Only from one of these. This cannot be changed after initialization. Let's just pick slate. Where is your global CSS file? You can just find that. Globals. It's under source style. Source styles. Globals CSS. Would you like to use CSS variables for colors? You can choose between using CSS variables. I think we do want to use these because we want to be able to change the colors, and I imagine that's easier if we get the CSS variables. So we will pick yes for this one. Are you using a custom prefix? Nope. Where is your Tailwind config? Okay, find that one. Here, tailwind.config.cjs. Configure import alias for components. I think we want them to be in this folder, so we'll do source components. Like that. Import alias. Let's also do source libs. We are not using React server components right now, at least. Proceed to write the configuration file, yes. So let's see what happens now. It writes some new files. Let's see the global CSS. It's added all the colors here, so that's good. And we can change them as we need to. Libs. This one I probably want to move a little bit. Fine. Tail is adding a lot of stuff in here as well. Let's go through that as well. Adding some packages, and then this components one. I think this libs, that is not what I meant. I wanted to basically place it within the libs folder. And then let's call it ShadUI.ts. And what was this file? It was not that one. That one. We'll do libs ShadUI. So that is linked up properly. Let's see how the site looks now. Horrible. So it removed, just overwrote a lot of stuff here. So we still need the font because we're using that in the battle arena. I know. The body and HTML we also want to include still. do that here. Then we have some utilities for animations. We should keep that as well so we don't break things. The H1, 2, 3, I think fine. Let's just fix that as we go. I don't think we're actually using it probably anyways. Now things are looking a little bit more normal. There's something with this container. Let's see where this was changed here probably. It's adding padding to the container. We will remove that and then we are back to normal, it seems. So this is good. Now we have ShadUI installed. Then let's just change this button to use ShadUI instead of our own button component. So if we go here, this is our current button component, which isn't too messy, but some of the other components are not good. And see, I've been adding more and more parameters to it and getting a bit unruly. So let's go to the button component. And the way you install this is just do like this. And then we'll see where it installs the button. And this looks right. So this is the ShadUI button component, which has various variants and stuff like this. So yeah, now we have the button installed. Let's try to update this guy to use this button component instead. I'm thinking maybe in our tsconfig we will want to add another alias for where these are located. So let's do components, and that should link to components. Like that. Good. And then we need to find this page. I think that's index profile, like this. Search for level up. Yeah, so this is the button we want to change. Now we have this import of button. We will comment that one out. And now we need to import from our components, and was UI, and components UI button. And I'm sure it's like this. Yeah, so now the button fails, but that's fine. We go to the button, and that is because right now we're including the label as a parameter, which is also nonsensical. I started this when I didn't know enough about TypeScript, so now we'll put it in as a child instead. This should, oh, that's the wrong button we're editing. Let's do the button we can see first, this one. So the label needs to go inside the component like this. Color is not an option anymore. The image we will also put inside the component instead of putting it in as a prop. Then we have the image. And then we can get a class name on this one saying it needs to be full width. And maybe margin to the top, something like this. And that's it. Now we have a button, but the colors are of course all wrong. So where do we change that? Is it within the globals? And I think so the primary and primary foreground are the ones being used by the button right now. So I'll just see if I can find some tailwind to Richard. We need to convert our old colors. I have this one here. Basically, I think our buttons right now, if we go to our old button component, they are amber 900. So we can in this one type amber 900 and we get this guy out. we can put that into the primary. 22, 78, 26. Oh, that was in the dark theme. So this will also put us in a good position to have a dark and light theme in the future. And there we go. Now the button has the same color as our buttons usually do. So that's it. Then we just need to do this for all the buttons, and I'm sure there's quite a lot. So we remove this, do search, and 28 files, including I don't know how many buttons. So I won't do that in video. I will just grind it out and then push an update once I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.